Hey everybody, this is my 1967 Ford F100, built out of the San Jose plant in California, sold out of Marysville, California. It's Arcadian blue and Wimbledon white. It's four-wheel drive and has a 4-speed manual transmission and a 300 cubic inch 6-cylinder. The truck originally had a 352 V8. And the installation on this engine is really nice. Turned out really clean. This was done by a previous owner. When we got it, we replaced the valve cover gaskets. We put a new distributor in, the HEI 1-wire. We put a fuel pressure regulator. I'd already had an Offenhauser intake. We put a new alternator on, a new drive belt, and then the exhaust, the headers were already wrapped like that with the heat shield. And then this is a 390 CFM carburetor that we put on in place of the old carburetor that was on it. It was still a 390, so we just swapped over like for like. Then of course it has a new air filter there, and we did an oil pressure switch on it. We did an oil change, and we put some new battery cables in. And let's see, we did an oil pan gasket on it, and then we put some new shocks. Let's see, we'll get to the shocks. We put new front shocks on it. It had some nice overloads, rear springs on it on the back. So it's a really nice truck. It has its flaws. We'll go over those, but just to finish up here in the engine compartment, it's got a really nice, it's got a really nice look to it. So everything's pretty clean. The truck had a repaint, probably, it's got to be at least 10 years ago, I would say. It's showing its age, and then you'll see little things like this where some of the trim is just kind of, it's not on very well. But it's a very nice looking truck. It's a great local car show truck. It's got some nice worn hubs on it. And then we put these new tires. These are a Falcon Wild Peak. It's a mud terrain. This is a tire that we really like on these old four-wheel drives. And I think this is a 31-1050. Yeah, 31-1050-15. And this is a stock suspension setup. And then we refinished the wheels in Wimbledon white too. So, but you'll see stuff like this, like the fuel wash. I think it looks kind of cool. And then this side's actually just some discoloration. You don't really see any anything starting to peel there on this side. And then going down the side there, you can see the metal's actually pretty straight. There's a couple dimples along the top here, but everything's in pretty nice condition. It's got a nice gasket. It looks like when it was painted, it was probably painted with the glass out. And then you can see on top here on the roof, some of it's starting to flake and peel. But, and then in here along the gasket, you know, it's starting to flake. It doesn't look like it's rusting at all. And then in here too, it's just, it's almost like it's just kind of some surface discoloration there. But nothing that I would worry too much about, at least anytime soon. The interior turned out really nice. This was like this when we got it, so we're not taking credit for it. But the black seats, really nicely done. It's got a really nice steering wheel. The dash bezel was painted in the white along with the steering column. All just looks really nice. It's got a nice vinyl floor. So it's just a really clean little truck, really basic, but really cool. Back gas tank, cab gas tank. Here's our metal VIN tag. And you can see the door bottoms are nice and clean. And along the rockers too, everything's in really nice shape. Jams look really nice. We did put a new headliner in it, just a new dome light. But I believe those are the original sun visors. They're just in really nice shape. Beautiful color. I love the color. This door takes a little bit of shutting for it to seal correctly. And then these are the original floors. Everything's in really nice shape. And then you can see the frame. We'll get to those shocks. Another picture of the oil pan. And then another thing that was already done, which is really nice, are these radius arm bushings done in polyurethane. That's not a fun job, and that's already done, so you won't have to ever do that. It's got a Edelbrock electronic fuel pump. But look at the cab corners, nice and clean. Same on the other side. It's a really nice, clean truck. You'll see little things like this. Might be a little rust starting to flake. Actually, I don't think so. That might be a little right there. But everything's in pretty good shape. Tailgate. This is where you'll see. This is where some of the rust is. So got some rust on the edge here. Excuse me, and then also right up top here. I'm coming across over to this area. But it's all kind of down at the bottom. Everything else is pretty nice. The wheel wells, it's always nice when these aren't beat up really bad. That one has a ding or two, but it's all in really nice shape. And this was coated with the rubber coating when we got it. Slipped on my hand. We'll peek under here. And it's got some cool exhaust. So the headers that come off the exhaust manifold, they're two-piece. And so you've got cylinders 1, 2, 3 going to one, and then 4, 5, 6 going to the other. So all in really nice shape. The frame is really clean. And then we can see the floor pan here. So again, original floor pan, that's just dirt. Everything's clean. See the cab corner. Then you can kind of see what I mean about the exhaust, how it breaks apart into the two. But it's a really clean truck. You know, like I said though, it's got its flaws, but overall, you know, something like that right there, a little nick, but you know, pretty impressive where it counts. Door bottoms again. I think that's just a really clean dash, steering column, steering wheel, gear shift setup. It's just a really cool looking cab. Glass, got a little chip right there, a couple of little chips, a little scratch. So, and you can see what I mean. The same on the other side. It's just starting to peel a little bit, but you can see, you know, there's nothing cancerous that's going on with the metal there. You know, I come back to this, and that's the worst, but there's nothing really there to worry about. So, and then the grill, you know, you got a couple blemishes on the grill, but like I said, really cool truck. I hope you guys like this one. Definitely rare. This is a with the trim code on the Marty Port, this is a 1 of 9 vehicle in this color combo and trim. So, all right, we'll get it on the road. Thanks.